Hello, and welcome back to the second episode of the Balanced Blueprint podcast. This podcast is dedicated to being mindful of your wellness, making sure that you're educating yourself on the things that you need to in order to be successful, and then understanding how all that affects your success in generating passive income and increasing your wealth. That's the goal. And you're probably wondering why mindset matters so much. And it's a critical element in making sure that you're doing things in a proper fashion. If your mind is not set right, it can cause a lot of problems in how you deal with problems and move forward. So, one of the key things is mindset matters in overcoming limiting beliefs. I'm like, there's no way anybody's going to listen to anything I had to say. No one's going to watch any of my videos. And those are limiting beliefs. And you have to have the correct mindset to push yourself past that type of thought process. When you start saying to yourself, I'm not good enough, there's too much market saturation, there's too many people on YouTube, there's too many people doing the same thing that I'm doing, you basically talk yourself out of it. And you can't do that because there's plenty out there for everybody. And you have to be able to push yourself past those thoughts. Those types of thoughts sabotage your strategies, and they will ultimately lead to you failing because you'll get frustrated and give up on the whole process. And it's important to not do that. So you want to use some of the wellness and self-help techniques for affirmation and visualizing where you want to go. And it's kind of like rewiring your brain to stop negative thought process and start positive thought process. You need to start believing that yes, you can do it. It is possible and you are going to succeed. One of the things that prompted me to do this is the fact that I lost some income. And that's a huge motivating factor that I wanted to get that income back. But going into this, I didn't realize some of the aspects of what it's going to take to be successful. So I had a lot of educating myself to do. I had a lot of learning, and I had to push through a lot of those thoughts that are sabotaging my success. You know what? It doesn't matter. Like, let's take tonight, for example. It was a long day at work. I got home. I'm like, I really don't want to do that. I got to set the camera up. I got to do this and X, Y, Z. And those are excuses. Those are excuses of why you don't want to do something. There's not a reason. Um, so I just pushed past that and I said, I'm going to do it no matter what happens. I don't want to have that sabotaging thought ruin what might be a great episode. So I pushed through and I started it. And, we'll see how it ends. It's just beginning. So we'll see what happens when it gets to the end. But I'm glad I started it and it's great. Focus. That's number two. So there's going to be five things tonight. One is mindset matters. Number two is focus. Number three is resilience. Number four is knowledge. And number five is authenticity. And I'm going to kind of hit these subjects and go over some points that I feel are important for each one. So we just covered mindset matters. I should have probably laid that out in the beginning, but again, my mind, wasn't in the right place when I started as it should have been, but that's okay. You push through it, you move forward. Somebody said to me one time, focus is your superpower. And I don't know about superpower, but it's definitely a powerful tool to use to push through negativity. One of the things that is important is to eliminate distractions. And fortunately, in my home, I have a bonus room that's not really being used much. All of our kids have moved out of the house. So it's basically just a big empty room that I was able to create a studio in one corner. It's quiet. I can close the door so I don't have to worry about interruptions. I love it. It helps me to be able to focus on the things that I need to focus on in order to prepare and you know, make sure I have the lighting right. My camera is working properly. My microphone sounds correct because you don't want to get to the end, all of a sudden realize, oh my gosh, I wasn't recording any sound because that would be terrible. You'd have to go back and redo the whole thing. The focus is important to make sure that you're putting in place the things that you need to make sure that what you're doing at that moment is going to be successful, which ultimately leads to your ultimate success in, you know, whatever endeavor it is you're doing. And really, this is focusing on the affiliate marketing side of things. That is the one aspect that I personally have chosen to really propel me forward in creating this alternate source of income, whether it be passive or active. I just want to be able to control some of my financial future. The only way you can do that is to put in place things that you can actually control how they're being implemented. So, the affiliate marketing is a great one for me. Time management. Focus helps you with time management because you want to make sure that you're not spending too much time on this point and not enough time on that point, or that you're running over when you have a real specific time frame that you want to meet. So it's important to have time management, and focus allows you to do that. It enables you to connect with my viewers, enables me to be able to connect to my viewers better because I'm able to relay the information in a way that makes sense and ties together. Next is resilience. And this ties in some to the first part because when you don't have a resilient spirit, that leads back into I'm not good enough, there's too many people, and you begin to self sabotage. This whole process is I'm gonna say it's on a learning curve, but it's not really a learning curve, it's a learning roller coaster because you're gonna have highs, you're gonna have lows. I'll never forget the first time I made my first affiliate sale. I was like, "Yes." And then a month went by and I was like, "Man, why? What's going on?" And then I would look at some analytics again, like, "Yes, things are trending up," and all of a sudden it'd flatten out, or I'd actually lose subscribers on my YouTube channel. But that's the way it goes. I mean, you have to be able to deal with the lows and flow with the highs, but you wanna keep a middle balance between the 2. You don't wanna get too high or too low because that's gonna end up creating such an emotional, roller coaster. It's gonna get depressing when things get low and you're not gonna be in a good headspace. Let me just tell you, because I've been there and it was something that I had to get out of. So now I just kinda, like, try to keep an even keel. I try to understand, and sometimes I'll actually, like, play it through my head, like, "Okay, and, this is gonna happen, that's gonna happen, we're gonna improve this, we gotta improve that." The key thing is understanding when you look at your analytics of your whether you be a blog, your YouTube channel, your social media channels, look at what's happening to your viewers. Are they clicking and leaving? Are they staying and they're watching? Is there certain types of content that's better than others? Is there certain kind of thumbnails that are better than others? You have to pay attention to some of that and understand those analytics. That's going to help you maintain resilience because once you have that understanding, you're going to be like, okay, I got it. And here we go. And I'm going to stick to this path and we're going to do this. And it helps you to not lose hope in the process. When you're able to understand what's happening, you're able to keep a mindset of that this is just how things happen and that I'm going to push through no matter what. That's going to ultimately lead to your success. And you maintain that hope of this is going to succeed. and you keep telling yourself, "I'm going to do this no matter what." And I've told myself that I don't know how many times. I am going to be successful at this. It might take me 6 months, 9 months, a year, 2 years. I don't know. The sooner the better, but I'm going to be successful at creating helpful, engaging content for my viewers and my readers to where it can add to your life and benefit you in how you move forward through some of the changes that maybe is happening in your life. Look, I'm 56 years old, but it's not too old to start. It's not too old to begin a new chapter. And that's what this is. This is a new chapter in my life. And I'm going to be successful in this chapter, just like I was successful in the previous chapter. But in the previous chapter, I let someone else have more control than what they should have had control. So I'm going to change that. And that's going to motivate me. The motivation is going to come from you not wanting to ever be in that spot again, whatever that spot might have been. And for me, that spot is someone being able to say in a matter of 15 minutes, see you later, and you just lost a chunk of your income. That's my motivation to never be there again. And I'm going to make sure that's a reality one way or another. The next thing, number 4, is knowledge. And in order to grow and understand where you're going and how to get there, you're going to have to educate yourself. When I got into this whole YouTube content creation, I didn't really grasp, what it took. And I didn't realize there were some tools that I needed that I didn't have. There was some understanding that I needed that I didn't have. So I've spent and I continue to spend, because learning and expanding your knowledge is a continual process. I can't tell the number of hours I've spent watching other people on YouTube, reading other articles about how to do this and how to do that, understanding SEO for my website and YouTube channel, implementing tools like vidIQ that are invaluable in understanding analytics on my channel. Coming across Greg Gottfried and his YouTube affiliate masterclass was life-changing. It made me understand, here's what you have to do, here's how you need to do it, and you will be successful at it. I watched so many others explain, like, "Oh, here's what you're gonna do, and you can get 1,000,000 subscribers in 30 days," and most of that stuff is a lie. It's an absolute lie. This is not a jump in one day and suddenly start rolling in the money. It takes work, it takes effort. But the effort is something that you put it in up front and you'll reap the rewards on the back. And it doesn't have to be a really long time span for that to happen either. It can be 30 days, 90 days, 6 months. Depends on the niche you choose, the type of content you're putting out. There's a lot of variables that's going to affect how fast you can turn your content into monetization. On the YouTube side of things, everyone says, "Oh, I need to be monetized," which is great being monetized. I have 2 channels that are monetized, but the key thing is that you can actually make more through affiliate marketing links than you can through monetization, and it's much easier. You don't need to be monetized to do that. And that's one thing that when I got into Greg Gottfried's course, that I understood, like, okay, you don't have to be monetized to make money. There's other avenues of doing that. And his course lays it all out, and really in great detail. He's been doing it for a long time and has spent a lot of time developing this course. I can tell you from watching other courses, buying other materials, the value that he puts in his material it's almost priceless. There's a ton of value. And I can't recommend his course enough. If you really truly want to break away from your 9 to 5, need to supplement income you've lost, or you just want to do something different. Maybe you're retired and you're like, you know what? I want to do something different. It doesn't matter. He teaches you the skills and the processes that you're going to need to put in place. And he gives you a lot of tools that you can use to do that. So, like the vidIQ tool, it's been absolutely paramount in understanding my YouTube channels. So I'm going to put links in the description so that way, you can go and check them out for yourself. Read the information and do your own homework, and you'll see that what I'm telling you is accurate. I can tell you from someone that has spent countless hours watching other people's content and trying to understand this whole process that he lays it out clear and simple. What he's asking for that course is half of what anybody else is trying to get you to purchase their stuff for. His value is double what he's charging. It's an amazing tool. Knowledge is power. And once you start having the knowledge and you start growing in that knowledge, you're going to be successful. One of the things that it helps you do is also stay ahead of, like trends, what's trending. He gives you the tools to be able to do your own research. I mean, he doesn't tell you like here, this, that, and the other. He says, here's the tools you need to be able to understand how to find those trends and how to ride that wave and then jump on the next one. It's valuable. The last thing is authenticity. When you're authentic in who you are and what you want to do, it builds trust among your viewers or your readers. That's one thing that I really strive to do is to be authentic. This is me. It's nothing super fancy. It's just who I am. And when you go into something with passion and belief and you're authentic in how you want to present and help, it's going to end up having a huge effect on your viewers and your readers and how they look at you and how they trust what you're saying. That's paramount to me. I don't, when I first started this, I actually joined a couple different affiliate marketing, like I'll call them clearinghouses, companies that have their products that you're able to get links to and basically sell. Well, there was one I joined, it was literally clickbait. It was junk. And there's no way I could put my name on anything that was in that company as far as the products and companies they were giving you the ability to affiliate with. I didn't want any part of it. I'm out. I tried a couple things and I'm like, I started reading some of it back and I'm like, oh my gosh, be authentic and it's going to build trust. You you have to have some passion and you have to have a unique voice. And when you actually just speak from your heart, so to speak, and your passion, it is your voice. It is unique because no one else is going to present it like you present it. No one else is going to talk about it like you talk about it. No one else has the passion for it that you have. Whatever created the drive for you to do it, no one else has it like you have it. If you can relay that and discuss that in a way that people can understand it and trust you and they understand where you're coming from, it's going to lead to nothing but success. And one of the things that is important to do is just like in the beginning, we talked about being self sabotaging. Why don't you tell yourself you're going to be successful? Give yourself positive affirmations like, I'm going to do this. I am going to be successful. I'm going to be the best affiliate marketing person on the planet. Whatever it is you want to tell yourself, however you can motivate yourself, that's going to be huge. Goal setting. When you go into this, don't set this huge goal that is unattainable. Set little ones and move through those small steps. And then you can take bigger steps. If you try to set your sights too far down the road or you try to set your ceiling too high, you're never going to reach it. It's going to create frustration and it's going to end up causing you to want to just stop doing it altogether, because you're not going to be able to deal with the lows that come with this and push through some of that to where you're just going to do it every day that you need to do it. You're just going to do it. Like, I really want to do these podcasts once a week. So I really have to make sure that when I get to that day that I'm supposed to be doing that podcast, that I don't give myself excuses of why I'm not going to do it. I just push through it and I just do it. So setting little goals, setting achievable goals is important, because if you set things outside of your reach, it's going to lead to you quitting. And then being mindful in the whole process as to where you start, how you move through it, and you can visualize where you want to go. And ultimately for me, what I want out of this is, yes, my first goal is to replace the income I lost. That's my first goal. And it's very achievable. After that, I would love to make content full time. I would love to improve my camera so I can have better video, presentation. I would like to be able to improve maybe my little studio area. And I would love to be able to be generating enough income to do this full time and actually quit my 9 to 5, to where now I'm getting paid for my effort as opposed to the hours I'm just putting in somewhere. It's my results that I'm getting paid from, instead of me going to work for someone else and just putting in a bunch of hours. It's all about working smarter instead of harder, and that's really what I want to do. Is I want to learn how to work smarter and not harder. I want to work less amount of hours and generate more income than I was generating actually working a 9 to 5. That's going to give me the freedom to spend time with my grandkids, go travel with my wife, and help relieve some of the financial burden that losing the income has caused. It's achievable and you can attain the success, but it's going to take time. It's not a get rich quick scheme. It's not a do this and suddenly you're going to have 1 million followers and generating $10,000 a month. You see all these things on YouTube, $25,000 a month, $50,000 a month, $100,000 a month. I'm not saying you can't do that. And I'm not saying there's people that aren't doing that, because there are a lot of people doing that, but that is not an overnight success. Those types of successes come in the long haul. They come as you continue to move forward through your process. How long? I don't know. There's so many different variables as to what's going to affect the amount of time it's going to take for you to be successful in a manner that you want to be. You just have to set your goals and move through the process, and don't give up. Just don't give up, and you can be successful. If you have any comments or questions, put them down in the comment section and I'll be happy to get back to you and answer anything I can. Or, if there's something you want to see covered, let me know. I'll be more than happy to do that as well. I would love to know, some of the ideas that maybe you have that you'd like to see me talk about. The things I mentioned, like the vidIQ and Greg Gottfried's course, I'm going to put links in the description so you can go check them out. vidIQ, they have multiple levels of service. They have a free level, so you can join for free. It doesn't cost you anything. And then if you realize you need more capabilities of that tool, they have certain subscription models. Some of them are relatively inexpensive. And then Greg Gottfried's course, I'm going to link to that, and you can go check that out and see what he has to offer. And I can tell you right now, that would be the best investment you can make. Absolute best investment. And when that's kind of all part about educating yourself. When you get out of high school and you go to college, it costs money. You have to spend money to go to college, but you're educating yourself, and it's an investment in you. And anything you do like that is an investment in you and your process. And when you make the right investments, you reap the rewards. Absolutely, want to personally vouch that that's a great investment, and it's not that big of an investment. So go check it out. Click the links. Check it out for yourself. Watch his introduction video. You understand what it's all about. I'm actually going to see if I can't get him on the podcast, and then he can kind of explain things himself. I'm hoping here in the next 2 or 3 weeks that I can get that arranged, because I think that would be amazing for him to come on here and talk to you personally about, you know, where he started, why he started doing what he's doing, and why he wants to create this information to help others do it. So, yeah, it's really awesome. His group that you become a part of once you get into the course is amazing. You can email him, you can message him in the group, and he's quick to respond and will help you in any way he can move forward in meeting your goals and being successful with affiliate marketing, print on demand, whatever avenue you choose to go down, he's there to help. So definitely want to check that out. So listen, thank you so much for tuning in, and don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button, and you don't want to miss any future episodes coming up. So again, thank you so much for watching or listening, and we will catch you next time.